Hey guys, it's Chloe. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today's video is the first iteration of things we are installing on the 2024 Tacoma that are specifically targeted towards off-road performance, and that is swapping out the OEM fog lights for Rigid Industries SAE SR1s. Now, the whole thing about the new Tacoma, and in fact, the thing I have been saying over and over in my videos before about it, is that Toyota has understood that us, the owners, the enthusiasts, the weekend warriors, like to do these sort of things. We like to modify our trucks. So they have done things to make that easier, like there's pre-drilled holes in the frame so that you can more easily install rock sliders. Inside the cab, there are auxiliary switches so that wiring accessories is a lot easier. You do see evidence of stuff like that all around this new truck, but for certain things like today's install, we're going to prove that to be not the case with everything. Regardless, I am very excited to have rigid lights on this truck because they are quite the upgrade, and I feel like it's finally time to have some actual performance lighting. Like, yes, the OEM fog lights that came on this truck were already LED, but I wanted something that was going to be good on the dirt at night specifically. I have this big multi-day trip I'll be doing, so I'm trying to get this truck built up for that. As you can kind of see in the background, some of the modifications. I do have tires for this truck, although there's a whole reason I haven't installed my new wheels and tires yet, and you guys haven't seen a video on it. More to come on that topic soon, but I also just ordered rock sliders from Cali Ray's LED, so very excited about that. And then I installed this skid plate from Miller Cat. It's 12 gauge stainless steel. I've learned that this area is very easy to compromise if you don't have a front skid plate on my other truck. Definitely wanted a front skid plate on pretty early. But yeah, a lot of big projects to get done in a relatively short amount of time. But today we're starting out big and bright with lighting. All right, so to give you guys more details on this, and if you've watched any of my hundreds of videos installing products on my vehicles before, you kind of already know how this goes, but I like to really dive deep and get into the specifics of a product and kind of explain my why, because building these trucks is so personal, it's so circumstantial, you know? So hearing why somebody picked this product to install on their vehicle can be very helpful for your own choice, or at least that's why I felt when watching other YouTube videos. After that, we're going to get into the details of how to actually install this product on a 2024 Tacoma, which I already mentioned is quite the process. But basically, I do my best to share all the tips and tricks and mistakes I made so that you guys can avoid them. Okay, so going back to fog lights, again, I thought that the stock ones that came on this truck were totally fine on the street. You know, previously the older gen Tacomas, at least my 2019, came with halogen fog lights that I felt like weren't very well performing. These stock ones were much better, but I was really looking for ways to maximize the lighting out of this truck so that I would just have better performance in a bunch of different weather conditions. Even though I am in Southern California, we don't really get snow, although you guys know I'm very close to the desert, so I'm in dusty conditions quite a bit. So long story short, I ended up on the Rigid Industries 6-inch SAE SR light bars with the accompanying brackets and wiring harnesses. These completely replace the OEM stock ones. And I've always really liked Rigid because of their OEM relationship with Toyota themselves. Like in the TRD Pro Tacoma or the Trail Hunter Tacoma, you'll find Rigid Industries actually makes the fog lights, not these exact ones that I order because these are technically part of the aftermarket ones, but Rigid lights come stock on those trucks. So I decided to give them a try for this truck, and spoiler alert, I am pretty stoked with what I see so far, even though, you know, I haven't actually ran a trail with them, but I saw what they looked like in the pitch black. Again, these are street legal. They are SAE compliant. They're also IP68 rated, which I think is like the highest rating for water and dust.
Now you'll probably notice the biggest difference, which is the selective yellow color on these over the clear.
The science behind picking a more amber colored light over, say, a white one has to do with our human eye.
So amber falls into the longer wavelength of the spectrum, around 590 nanometers, which is easier for our eyes to process, especially in the dust, fog, and rain. Shorter wavelengths like the blue and white light from typical LEDs tend to scatter more when they hit airborne particles. This is actually called Rayleigh scattering. That's why they create glare and reflection and poor visibility.
So long story short, this color over clear is going to be a lot better in most cases for off-road performance and all-weather conditions. It scatters even less than clear light does, which makes it easier on our eyes. Rigid still does offer a white or a clear in their 6-inch light bars if that's more of your jam. It really is all up to preference, but again, I was looking for the hybrid combination of something that was street legal, but best performing off-road that I could get, so that was the route I took. I will say I have been running these at night and nobody has flashed me yet, so I feel like they're not super abrasive on other drivers, which is really good. Again, they are street legal. I think the last thing I want to be is that person with a bunch of bright lights on their Toyota going over a speed bump in the parking lot and just blinding everybody.
And here's a few looks at the before and afters, and most importantly, on the dirt in the pitch black so that you can see how the light spreads and what the color looks like. So I'm actually on the road right now, not that close to home, and normally I take my 2019 Tacoma on road trips, but I happen to be driving my 2024, and having just installed these new rigid lights, I've been meaning to find a trail at night so I could see what the color looks like in more of, you know, a trail setting rather than my own garage. I thought we would look for a trail while we were out here, so open the Onyx Off-Road app, and I actually found something right off the freeway. You can see we found this one little trail over here. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know that Onyx Off-Road is actually one of my channel sponsors, so shout out, thank you. But truly very, very useful if you're looking for trails on a whim. Normally I like to plan stuff out a lot better, but it was great I had the app because I could actually find off-road trails. And now that it's been a little bit warmer for camping and exploring, and I've also been spending a ton of time taking off-road driving lessons, I find myself using Onyx Off-Road every weekend, even just for finding and building routes, and also tracking the trails I do too. I'm also working on a very exciting project with them. Check out their Instagram page if you want to see a sneak peek of that. But seriously, if you're looking for a tool really just to find ways to get out and explore with your vehicle, I'll link a download to Onyx Off-Road in the description that will also give you an exclusive discount to their membership. It's a really good deal, even if you only use it for one trip in my opinion. But now, back to our lights.
Okay, so what comes in the kit are these two 6-inch light bars. That's what came specifically out of this box, but separately, you'll also need the mounting kit to make these compatible with the 2024 Tacoma, which also comes with compatible wiring harnesses so that we can plug these in to the OEM connectors and get them to actually work as fog lights. This kit also came with a card to sign up for the warranty policy. I definitely like to remember to make sure to do that with parts like these.
So the crux of this whole thing is to pull off the old fog lights, which on the previous Tacoma was possible without removing a bunch of different pieces. You could really just reach down into the engine bay, but from what I could tell and what I tried on this truck, I really think, unfortunately, you have to take apart the entire grille for the new gen. So I'm gonna rate this install on the 2024 Tacoma a 3 out of 5 in terms of difficulty. Truly anybody could do it, but it is so tedious and there are lots of plastic clips involved, which you all know are my nemesis at this point. You saw me remove the air inlet and also this cover that were both held in by push clips, but I also disconnected any harnesses that I saw connected to the grille on the truck, and I also removed 3 10mm bolts close to the front of the truck. Apologies, I did not zoom in here, but in person, you can't miss them. Then panning down, you'll see through the grille that there are these brackets held in by 2 10mm bolts on each side, so we need to remove those, which will require an extension, and a flashlight helps too. Next up, move on to one side of the truck to open up the wheel well. There are 5 10mm bolts to remove, with the furthest one back being the one I'm removing up here, and 2 off-screen that are very easy to spot if you just look underneath. Use a flathead to twist these clips 90 degrees and pull them out, and peel back that felt liner. I love that this new truck has a felt liner. It just seems so much better than the rigid plastic, and even though I've done some dirt time, I'm surprised they've stayed pretty clean, more than I would expect. Now pull the fender flare away from the truck, which is always really scary, but I find this one actually easier than my older Tacoma, partially because it's newer, but also there's no adhesive on the back. That's going to expose this screw that you need to remove because it's holding in the bumper and grille on the truck. And now I'm just repeating the exact same thing on the other side. I'm removing this little guy who is hiding underneath my fender flare. At the bottom of the truck, remove the 3 10mm bolts you see. Thankfully, this is the last step before you can yank the front face off. Now to do that, first start on the sides by pulling away. I was a little scared here because it was my first time and I didn't want to break anything since it was new, but look, it's really time to start building this truck and this is what I want, so I've got to get over that fear. Once those pop off, you can pull off the grill. I would highly suggest putting a moving blanket or at least a few towels on the ground just so that you don't scratch anything up. And I'm moving to a tabletop surface to finish up the swap. With the grill face down, I removed the grill shutter using a 10mm socket. If you haven't caught on yet, this thing is a Toyota, so every bolt on this install is literally a 10mm, except for one nut on the rigid leg. And here's me removing that one bracket that we used the extension to get the bolts off of. You'll want to put this aside and reinstall on the truck before the grill goes back on. Now, there's a bunch of silver short screws to remove. I honestly don't remember how many, and this is another piece I did a really bad job of filming, but it should be pretty apparent about which ones to remove since they're all surrounding the fog lights. Okay, and are you guys ready for the hardest part of this install? And I'm not even exaggerating, but uncoupling a few clips for the front fog light surround piece to pop out is kind of difficult. So here are the clips. It's anything along this path, which I'm pointing out for one side, the exact clips to remove. And the trickiest one, in my opinion, was the bottom clip here. Now there are several clips at the bottom, but you only need to detach this one and the other one, which is on the other fog light, of course. Doing all of this should free that front surround piece. Okay, now you can see the fog lights and screws holding them in place, including this lovely one, which is conveniently tucked in a tight spot, but it is still accessible, and this other one on the other side. Removing both screws will free your fog light. Now back on the bench, I'm going to prep our rigid lights for mounting using the Tacoma specific kit I showed earlier. There were provided instructions, but match the brackets to what's shown in Rigid's diagram. Then use the included hardware to secure everything in place. By the way, this is the one and only 11mm socket needed for this install. And here's what the lights look like with the Tacoma mount. And if you're curious what these lights look like compared to the stock fogs, the housing is all metal with a large heatsink, much beefier in construction. Now, during assembly, don't forget to hook up those included wiring harnesses. I mounted the rigid lights and reused those 2 screws that we removed when detaching the OEM fogs. From this point on, in all honesty, everything moving forward is just the exact opposite of how we took the truck apart. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I keep having this thought that maybe I could have removed that front plastic surround without having to remove the entire grille from the Tacoma, because the one and only reason we took the grille off in the first place was to get that piece off. But at the same time, it was really difficult to remove even with the grill off. Like pushing those clips in from the back was difficult, so it would only be harder if the grill was still on. But theoretically, if any of you guys can figure out how to take off that front plastic piece with everything still mounted to the truck, this install becomes a 1 out of 10 in difficulty, because then it would be so easy to access the fog lights, pull them out, swap them, etc. I digress though. Remember the bracket that we used the extension on? Well, now you can mount it directly to the truck instead of on the grill. And when you're ready, you can remount that whole front end back onto the truck. Just take your time before snapping anything in, because you want to make sure it's all aligned, of course. Don't forget to reattach your wiring harnesses too. I remembered I unclipped 3, so I have 3 to plug back in. Sides for me were at first a little bit tricky to snap in. Again, this is a key reason you want to make sure the grill is aligned before pushing hard. As you're working with plastic, what I've learned is that yes, sometimes you have to use quite a bit of force to get something to pull out or snap in, but if something really feels like it's too difficult, like you're going to break something, or you start seeing plastic turning white, obviously you have gone too far. Reassess, try to see how things fit together to the best of your ability, realign things, and then try again. And the last thing you want to do is make sure everything is functional. Switch those fogs on, make sure both turn on, and boom, that looks great. While this install was long, thankfully it went relatively smoothly. I appreciate you guys watching, and let me know what you think of my new rigid lights. Otherwise, I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!